Shalom Makim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostle GMS who teach and rule well, and salutation to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom Makim. I'm gonna get into this video right here, speaking on and what happened when he stormed the Capitol, and just basically going over how America has been. It was a country that was founded on bloodshed, man. Uh, Let me bring this verse out real fast. So add on it's Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. Because of righteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And we're seeing that manifest right before our very eyes as, the wicked is being revealed. His skirt is being lifted up right now as we speak because, they're divided. Their house is divided. And you're going to see how some of these guys that bum rush the Capitol, they bring treason cases up on these guys. They're getting caught out by their family left and right. Their jobs are cutting them and canceling them off. These were movers and shakers in this so-called society, and they are watching it crumble. And they thought that by storming the Capitol would solve some of their problems. But the devil, he's going to stumble upon his own vomit, and let it out. He's gonna stumble upon his own feet, I should say, and let it out. He's gonna trick on himself, so to speak. But we're watching this kingdom being translated from one people to another. We're going from once this wicked place is done with, this wicked kingdom, this wicked infrastructure is over with. The righteous kingdom will be put into play, and it will rule the earth forever and ever. Let me let him talk for a second.
Always at war. The United States is one of those rare countries that's been at war almost every day since its founding. We just saw we have the most wonderful military system in the world to defend America. And if you look at the oath of office that the Chief of Staff, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, takes, it's to defend America against enemies, foreign and domestic. Was it able to defend the Capitol a couple of days on January 6th?
And these pictures we look at when we're seeing this, we're seeing nothing but Edomite on Edomite crime. But at the same time, it's always been like that. They had the Civil War, Revolution. The list goes on and on. Esau has always been at war with himself and with the other nations of the world. And right now, he's at war definitely with himself, and it's being manifest right before our very eyes, man. Let me bring this out. This is Second Esdras 9 and 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And we're seeing that. It's the end of this kingdom right before our very eyes. The dollar's crashing. Your stores are no longer open. The mirth of this place is gone. This is all we see right now. You call on the news, from city to city, to state, this is what's going on, man. Especially with the President Trump being out of office, and now they're trying to bring him up on what's this charges they're bringing him up on? They're trying to still what's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to give him the president. I can't think of the word right now, but they're still trying to bring charges up on Trump right now. As we speak. So that's also dividing his house even more and more. Because you still have sympathizers of Trump that are out there. And they're not taking this lightly. Their man is out of the office, and they feel like that he was cheated out of office, even though they had a recount a few times. They still feel as though he was cheated, and so these good old boys are upset, man. They are mad, and they're the ones that are ready to tear apart America. They feel like that Biden represents other countries as far as China, because he had invested in China and does a lot of work over there and gets money. Who's to say what backdoor deals he does over there? Because that's what happens a lot of the time. Me and the brother were talking about how these lobbyists, they get in trouble for terming some of these words. It's all about how you term in this crooked society, and this double talk, backstabbing society. It's about how you word yourself when you talk. As a politician, they have to borrow money but it's a certain way that you put it to them that you're lobbying for money from, and now you're a lobbyist and you can get money from these people, from these different corporations and businesses, you know. So who's to say that Biden didn't accept a couple million from China or whatever, you know. That's how it goes, man. And you know, he probably insured them something just for helping him out. And that's how it goes for the most part, you know. But yeah, let me let some of this video play.
Not that I noticed. One of the most remarkable things that Trump has done was to dismantle the entire arms control regime.
How we perceive reality, and I want you to discuss that how is our cultivated perception of reality a form of social control? Of course, you refer to Gramsci.
You see, these type of Edomites, they want this place to continue. You know, they want it to stay the same as it is. While, you know, the children of Israel are down, you know, and we're you know, we live in jacked up neighborhoods. We have to, you know, we go to, everything's messed up for the Israelites here in Babylon, you know, and Esau wants to continue to put that foot upon our neck. And these Edomites, they don't want to see this place coming down. It's Chris Hedges, you know, the old school next to him, you know, they want them good years to come back, but it's over with, man. It's done with, you know. This being said real quick, this is second Esdras 6:9. For Esau is the beginning of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. You know, so you've had your turn to run the world, Esau, and you've done a horrible job. The Lord has given you, you know, he gave you, you mastered the sword, and he gave you the fat of the land to do what you wanted to do, you know. And what did you do in return, man? You've jacked the place, you jacked the planet up, man. Animals don't even, whales don't even want to be in the water. They stay beaching themselves. The birds, they stay falling out of the air, you know, because of the chemtrails that you have in the air. These 5G grids that you put up, you know, these huge towering wind tunnel things that you have going on, you know. I speak about this all the time. Going south on 65, used to have cows all through that area. Now there's nothing but turbine, big wind mills and stuff in the air. And you already know that I don't know the number exactly, but you already know that birds are getting jacked up on a migrational flight pattern from the north to the south and back up. You know, truthfully, I heard some type of bird. I heard birds that usually fly south for the winter. I hear them outside. You know, so I letting you know everything is backwards. Everything that Esau has done to this place has been backwards and has been not beneficial to the children of Israel nor to the people of the earth, but to himself. He's profited off of everything.
Well, we're seeing pretty dramatic examples of it right now. The United States is always trying to do good things, but makes mistakes here and there. We have to correct these mistakes, but everything is.
And you see how they stumbled upon like. Salaki was interrupted, but yeah, let me read this. Start back at the top. This second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently so, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, we see that happen right here in America. You know, right here in modern day Babylon, this is happening. Uproars of the people, man. You know, and like we all know, the sheeple of this play of Babylon, they really don't care too much about the things that happen until it happens to them. Everybody's in a state of sleep right now, you know. As long as it's not happening right in front of their face, they don't care. Look at all the homeless population right now is skyrocketing. Go to your grocery stores and look and see how much prices of food have shot up. You know, if sometimes they don't have stuff in the store, you know, because I've already been getting cases and reading about how, you know, these trucks that were bringing the food, they now have to switch over to vaccine carrying, you know. So this is just more and more turmoil, which adds on to inflation at the end of the day. Look at Russia in the 80s had inflation, as well as South America is going through inflation right now as we speak. Where's this? Not Argentina, it's like Venezuela is going through inflation. You know, other countries too as well, but just Venezuela comes to my mind because of, you know, how they had cartloads of money and they've been going through something for some time, and because it's not in the news doesn't mean that they've solved their problem. You know, Esau reports on what he wants to report on. You know. when he was reporting on that country like that, he made a move, he made a power move, which he threw the dictator in there to take over for the sitting president. So you have in Venezuela, you have two presidents in power. One is there for the people, and one is there by government control as far as outside politics and powers have put him into play. But let me let this video play some more. I'm gonna read some more.
Fundamentally wonderful. So this assault on the Capitol shows the power of American democracy, because we didn't collapse into a fascist state. And that enabled us to show that American democracy and its magnificence had triumphed.
See, this is Esau's democracy. When you tell him no, this is how he reacts. He fights the system. I always bring out the case of we got the towns north of where I stay, and you go to the little downtown section, they have free parking, and these are mostly Edomite towns. And then you sit back and you wonder, well, why do they have free parking? Why are they able to do this? Because they're not going to allow the police force to generate money off of them. But you go to a so-called Negro town or a Latino town where ain't nothing free, But I've been in certain towns north of here, and downtown parking is free, and they get away with a lot of different things. The police are mostly looking for people who they don't know or look different, and they'll give them tickets. Don't ticket the people that you know are just going to be at the council meeting. You ticket the people who come from out of town and different things like that. But there's just more ways and crookedness that this place works on, But yeah, so this is Esau's form of democracy and stuff. Running in the buildings and putting their rule down.
And we're seeing a kind of a replica of that now. There's some really serious ills, bipartisan incidentally, although the Republicans have gone off the spectrum, but those are not being discussed.
See, they always want to play this Republican Democrat is the reason why the country's not together. They always want to put that narrative, But we see, like the scriptures say, man, measure the time diligently in itself, and that's what we're doing, man. We're not wasting our time. We're measuring the time because we see the things that are coming, man. Let me bring this out. Since Esau, he wants to talk about that democracy and Republican stuff, because that has a lot of the people divided in this country, because you have liberal Republicans, you got far right Democrats and stuff to that effect. But at the end of the day, like Joey said years ago, you will have to vote on the times that we're coming into. And what are the times we're coming to? They got this vaccine out, the jab is out, and what's going to come after that? That RFID chip, man. This is 2nd Esdras 9 and 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. And these are some, I just named two of the devices that are going to bring even more peril to this earth, man, to this place. But this is all the Lord's plan at the end of the day, So to do the Lord's work, if he chose you, that's a good thing to do, man, and not to fall back into this wicked world that we see. He said he has devices he's going to bring into this world, man, and they are here, man. Some of these devices are here. They're showing themselves. The RFID chip, we talked about this, at least, was this Foursquares in Wisconsin that came out with it at least a year and a half, 2 years ago, and they had the company out there, and they had a chip party and everything. It's here. You have also down in Florida, I can't remember exactly, and this was 5+ years previous to the one I just spoke about, the little town in Florida, how they have the clubs, Baphomet Club, and all these different clubs where ain't nobody paying, you just use your chip. So this technology is here and the things are here.
What's being discussed is a crazed mob, as if they came out of nowhere. They didn't come out of nowhere.
And there he is. He's letting you know that, these people were, they didn't just come out of nowhere, like how Esau likes to play these games about things just popping out of nowhere, out of thin air. Hundreds and thousands of people just flew to Washington to storm the Capitol, but they didn't have a plan. Everybody knew what was going on. Everybody there had a plan. Everybody knew, what to do in case this happened. I also have footage of those guys, of a guy saying that we got paid off, man. It was number we were paid off to do that stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to get into a little bit of how Esau stumbles upon himself and speaks. But I hope this was edifying. Shalom, Maki.